Hi, this is Rachel Marshall. I want to continue on our discussion about saving and why cash is king. Now, if we look across the whole landscape of American finance, we'll see that the average household is saving about 4% of their income, and that is relatively low. We'll also see that about 25% of adults have no savings, and about 50% would say that they couldn't cover a $500 emergency. Now, the question that we have to ask then is, why are people not saving? Well, really, we see that the overall sentiment is that it seems like it's not doing a lot for me. We're in a low interest rate environment right now, and your savings account might be earning maybe 1/4 of a percentage point of interest. We know that that's not even enough to keep up with inflation and hold its value over time. So we see that savings has kind of lost its luster, and people are looking to other things, primarily investing, to say, well, maybe I can get a higher rate of return, and I'm going to have to take on some risk to do that and possibly have the risk for loss. Now, I feel that saving is still a top priority and should be the most important thing that people are focusing on. So why? Why should I save money? I'm going to go ahead and turn to one of my favorite books on the principles of wealth, called The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George S. Clason. It's an old book. It's been around for about 100 years, and the principles never change. So I'm going to lay out the 10 main ideas on savings that come from this book and show you why I feel that saving should be the top priority for you. So the first main idea is part of all you earn is yours to keep. Now, this story is an allegory, and the main character's name is Arcad. He is looking to figure out how to become wealthy. So he asks the money lender in the city, who's the wealthiest man, he said, how did you become wealthy? And as he learns from his mentor, this is the top principle of wealth. I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep. Now, when we pay money to our bills, that money is not any longer ours. That's not money we're keeping, that's money we're spending. So we differentiate: keeping money is saving, spending money is spending. So the next main idea is not just to save dollars, but to get your money, your savings, to work for you. Again, the mentor in the story says this: every gold piece you save is a slave to work for you. Every copper it earns is its child that can also earn for you. If you would become wealthy, then what you save must earn, and its children must earn, and its children's children must earn, that all may help to give you the abundance you crave. So that's the second main idea. You're saving. You're not just saving to squirrel away money. You're saving so that your savings can begin to earn. Now, the next main idea is how much to save. I would say 10% or more. Let's turn back to what the mentor in the story is sharing. It should not be less than 1/10, no matter how little you earn. It can be as much more as you can afford. So this begins the process to wealth, saving something starting now, not waiting until you have a higher income to do so. The fourth main idea is to pay yourself first. This is the order, the timeline. So instead of making all of your payments to the grocery store and the hair salon and to the power company and to the gas and to pay off your car, instead of making all those payments first and then saving if you happen to have something left over at the end, pay yourself first. So that needs to be an automatic payment that is going to your savings account before you have all your other money left to spend. So we're going to go into the next main idea. Number 5 is to prepare for opportunity. So this is the reason why we save. Opportunity is a haughty goddess who wastes no time with those who are unprepared. Now, when you don't have savings, you don't see the opportunities right in front of you. But when you do have the capital and you're prepared to take advantage of opportunity, you'll see all of the opportunities that are in your line of knowledge and control that you will be able to take advantage of. So in the story, time goes on. Arcad uses the advice and becomes wealthy. In fact, the richest man in Babylon is what he becomes. And here's what happens next. Babylon falls into a state of poverty. They had built water canals and they had a lot of source of wealth that was coming from building on that project. Now the project is completed, the workers are laid off, they have no employment, they can't afford to buy bread, the grocer can't sell their wares, nobody is making any money, the money is stuck and stagnant, it's not moving, and nobody can afford anything. So the king asks his chancellor, "But where has all the gold gone that we spent for these great improvements?" "It has found its way, I fear," responded the chancellor, "into the possession of a few very rich men of our city. It filtered through the fingers of most of our people as quickly as the goat's milk goes through the strainer. Now that stream of gold has ceased to flow, most of our people have nothing to show for their earnings." The king was thoughtful for some time. Then he asked, "Why should so few men be able to acquire all the gold?" "Because they know how," replied the chancellor. "One may not condemn a man for succeeding because he knows how." So these principles of wealth are something that we can learn and apply and then grow our wealth. So Arcad, becoming the wealthiest man in the city, then becomes tasked by the king to teach the principles of wealth. So as he's teaching, he teaches a lot of what he learned from his mentor. And so he teaches the concepts on how to have a remedy for a lean purse. So how to fix the problem of not having enough money. His first lesson is start thy purse to fattening. Now, we know the language is something that we wouldn't probably use today, but what he demonstrates is that when you have no money in your purse, you earn $10, you put them into your purse, you only spend $9. And if you continue that process over and over, the portion that you paid yourself first with, the $1 that you kept every time you made 10, that's going to continue to fatten your purse. So you're going to have more and more money and an abundance of wealth to be able to begin to grow. So the sixth main idea is to start now, not later when you have a higher income. Accumulate the money, put it to work, and number 7, don't just save up to spend later. Here's what his mentor, Algamish, had taught him. You don't eat the children of your savings. Then how would you expect them to work for you? And how can they have children that will also work for you? First, get thee an army of golden slaves, and then many a rich banquet you may enjoy without regret. So we want to make sure we're not in a position to just say, well, we earned the money, we saved it, and we then spent it all on a vacation. Or we saved up for a down payment to a house, and now we spent that money. Or we saved up and now we bought a car with that money. So it's not about saving up to spend, it's about saving up to get that money working for you. The 8th main idea is this. Saving is the first step to the temple of wealth. Here is what Arcad said when he began to teach the principles that he learned and used. I shall teach you in simple ways to fatten your purses. This is the first step leading to the temple of wealth, and no man may climb who cannot plant his feet firmly upon the first step. Saving is the foundation. The 9th main idea is that gold likes gold. More money flows to you when you have money and when you know how to acquire it and how to get it to work for you. Arcad said, surely it is a law of God that unto him who keepeth and spendeth not a certain portion of all his earnings shall gold come more easily. Likewise, him whose purse is empty doth gold avoid. It's very similar to the verse in the Bible that says, to him who has much, more will be given, and to him who has nothing, what he has will be taken away. And so it's our due diligence then to find the principles of wealth, apply them, and be the person who can create the wealth, because it comes easier and easier as we know how to acquire it. The last main idea is highest first. What are your highest priorities? All too often we spend money for something that is going to be gone tomorrow, and it really wasn't even our top priority. It just felt like the most necessary thing in the moment. Here's what Arcad had to say. Which desirest thou the most? Is it the gratification of thy desires of each day? A jewel, a bit of finery, better raiment, more food, things gone quickly and forgotten? Or is it substantial belongings, gold, lands, herds, merchandise, income-bringing investments? The coins thou takest from thy purse bring the first. The coins thou leavest within it will bring the latter. So basically he's saying the things you spend for now might make your life a little bit easier and happier right now, but the savings are the thing that builds the foundation of wealth that will give you the long-term, lasting wealth that you're looking for. So how do we actionize this? How do we apply it today? Start by saving 10% of what you make today and have it be automatic. Have it automatically flow from your checking account to your savings account before you spend anything. That way you can't even spend it. It's not money meant to be used. It's money meant to be stored and saved so that it can earn more money. Then you're able to spend all the rest guilt-free. And you'll be surprised at how far it goes and how much abundance that creates inside of you so that you can create more. Thank you so much. Next time we're going to be talking a little bit more about what kind of attributes we want in those accounts that we're going to be saving in so that we can use our money. We'll talk to you next time. Have an amazing day. Hi, this is Rachel. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Money Secrets. If you did, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. I would like to invite you to get your free cash flow generator to help you start keeping more of your money. Come on over to marshallsinsurance.com/cashflowgenerator to sign up.